we have a special guest joining us. This is my sister, Janae.
Hi, sister.
Hello, sister. How are ya?
I'm well. How are you?
We're doing great.
Good, good. Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Janae.
So we already talked about what's in our smoothie mug, but Mommy, do you want to give a little refresher so that Janae knows all the wonderful ingredients you put into this smoothie?
Okay, this is the tropical smoothie, and we
So
have
good.
pineapple, we have kiwi, we have some mango, we have some kale. I don't know if you like kale or not.
I
but
love kale.
Oh, you do? Well, that's
I do,
great. Okay,
yes.
good. It's good for you too.
Yes, it is.
And then I have protein powder, and of course I have the ginger, and then I have the cinnamon, and then the crushed ice and water. So it's a nice, healthy tropical smoothie.
Yes.
And it's delicious.
It really is good.
I've been trying to drink it really slow because I want to stretch it out because it is so good. It is so good. Thank you, Mommy.
It's nothing like having a good smoothie.
I know, and it's so
Yes,
hot out
it is
today.
Super hot.
Yes.
Super hot. So it's right on time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Thank you. I will.
Well, Janae, we've been sitting up here chatting, and we were talking about what it was like when our kids were growing up and kind of balancing parenting and family life to
Yes.
work.
Yes.
And when you text me, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and invite her in because you're living through this right now.
I actually am. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so this
yes.
is this right on target.
Yes,
on
it is.
time.
Yeah.
I have a teenage son at home, and you all know how things can be so busy and hectic for me at times.
yes.
And with him being so active with different activities at school and in church, he's just very all over the place with sports and music. So
Wow.
I have to really stretch my time.
But you know, that's a good thing. That's a good thing that
Keep him busy.
right?
Yes,
that he
yes,
has
yes.
these opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
So what does a typical, and you don't have to give us all the like details or anything, but what does a typical day look like in regards to all the different places? You know, how early do you have to get your morning started?
Right.
I know right now we're kind of in the summer months, but during the school year, what does a typical day look like?
Okay, well, my son is full of surprises. So currently he is now playing football.
Surprise!
Surprise! And his mom thought she was going to be able to sleep in a little longer prior to going to work, but not the case this summer. So we're doing football practice super early, and then after I drop him off to work, I go, and then he is at practice. He's now also working a part-time job. He does music lessons in the evenings, and so it's just always one thing after another. But finding balance is the best thing that you have to do. You just have to make time to balance out your schedule. So
Awesome. I know he's not driving yet.
he is not driving.
That's
but
coming
it's
next.
Coming.
That's
it's
coming.
Yes, it is.
Do you ever take advantage of that time in the car, picking up, dropping off, to
Yes.
kind of like multitask?
Absolutely.
Okay, what does that look
absolutely.
like? What does that look like?
So I'm constantly communicating with my son.
That's important. Yes.
That is so important.
Right,
I need
yeah.
to know who he is talking to. I need to know who his friends are.
True.
And so we have very engaging conversations on a regular basis
Nice,
with
nice.
each other. So I'm always asking him, how was his day? How was practice? What did you do today at school? What did you have for lunch today?
Yeah.
So
Right. I remember those days as well. Using that time to just, continue to connect with your child,
Yes.
to hear from them. And then in those
Absolutely.
conversations, you can actually read, you can just kind of, in their tone of voice
Right,
and how they are
right.
expressing. But I think it's important, to use those times,
agree.
even though,
Yes.
we may not feel like it, but to, have that conversation, to engage and just kind of get into their heads, what they're doing, what they're thinking,
Right.
how is school?
Good.
But don't just say it was good or fine, kind of dig a little bit
Dig-
deeper
yes.
and ask
Yes.
questions,
Yes.
ask some of those probing questions. But that's good, to use that. Maybe go over what we're gonna have for dinner or something next week. So just using that time, that's good, Janae.
That's good.
Thank you.
my daughter went to the same school that I taught at, so we were always together, including the car ride to and from school, work every day. And so we would also use that time to review. Like, I would help her review for quizzes or tests that she had coming up. I didn't necessarily know the information all the time, but I could ask her questions. And when she started driving, then it gave me an opportunity to be the passenger sometimes. And kind of the rule we had, whoever is driving has to like execute the discussion. And so that was fun. So you have that to look forward to. And when he gets to drive you around, even though you're really still driving him around because you're still taking him to get dropped off everywhere, he gets to actually drive you, and then you have to get into the passenger seat for a little while.
Right, that's something I really look forward to. I couldn't wait until you all started driving.
I couldn't either. I couldn't wait.
Wow. Going here, going there, this time, different locations. Oh my goodness. It was just a continuous, thing.
It really is.
That's something that I really looked forward to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Janae, Mommy earlier talked about some of the different strategies, having an organizer of some sort, like a planner, having a command station, maybe something on the refrigerator or on like a cork board outside of the front door. What's kind of your trick to organize your son's weekly schedule, to know where he's supposed to be and when the concert's coming up and when the game is happening? Like, where and how do you organize all those things?
Exactly. So for me, the sticky note method works perfect.
Nice.
My schedule is ever changing. My son tells me things at the last minute, a lot of
Cupcakes.
And so I don't always have the luxury of just having a perfect week knowing what my schedule is. So things are constantly moving for me and changing at all times. So I find that sticky notes are easy. They're flexible for me. I can get right to them. And I have it just right there available inside of my phone case.
Oh, I love
that.
In your phone case?
In my phone case.
Is it large enough?
It is, yes.
Okay, so you don't leave them there. You just like...
No. So as I go through the list, I just mark through what I've accomplished, what I've completed.
Okay.
And then once it's full, then I just switch it out with a clean sticky note and continue on.
That's that's a neat idea. I usually just have a checklist and I just check it off, or either I draw a line through once I have completed that or that's done.
Yes.
Yeah.
I use a planner, and it's a pretty thick, pretty big planner.
Okay.
But I use a highlighter when something is completed. And then I also, within my planner, same location meaning that same book, I have a to-do list that every single day, is, like you said, is always changing and you're always adding to it.
Right. I have that to-do list every day.
Yes.
Yes.
First thing in the morning. Well, one of the first things in the morning, to look at that list for the day.
If I don't write it down, it may not get done. I have to write it down.
I definitely have to write it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat. The sticky note method. I'm going to have to remember that.
Yes.
Any other little tricks up your little sleeve you got going on that you would like to tell us about?
Just continue, as parents to just hang in there.
Yes.
And to just really, root for your children at all times to be successful, because they are the next generation.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And we just really need to steer them in the right direction and encourage them along the way, and just really be there for them. So,
And it takes a village.
It does.
It definitely takes a village.
Yes.
Right. We can't
It
do it
does.
alone.
We
We
cannot.
cannot do it alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun, sister.
It was fun. Yes, it was. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah.
Now I see what you all do.
We invited her to
I don't think we really...
Well,
I
you
don't
did.
think this was an invitation.
Well, no, but you told her to come on.
After she sent multiple text messages begging,
I don't know if
begged, but okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Was there enough left over in the blender for you to have a full cup?
Not quite a full cup. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we
I'll
might
make some
invite
more.
you again in the future.
Oh, geez. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have others. I have other siblings that we will also invite. That will be fun.
Okay.
That will be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Well, we sure hope that you had as much fun as we did. And please share this video with all of your friends out there.
Yes.
Don't forget to thumbs this video up. Hit that subscribe button so that you can always find out when we post new videos. And we will see you soon on SmoothiE Conversations. Bye, everyone.